Hi guys, I am so glad to be back. April was interesting, budget-wise. I hope your April went well. Let me know how you did down in the comments. How was April for you? Was there anything that surprised you? Was there anything you weren't surprised about? Let me know. So before I jump into the first pay period for May, I did a little budget recap for April. So this is something that I've done in the past, and so sorry this looks so messy, but you're seeing my real deal handwriting here. If you don't already do this, I really suggest at the end of the month, or whatever your end of month is for your pay periods, reflect on all of it. Sometimes I found that I've thought we were doing horribly, or, because we had a bad month in one area, well, we screwed up the whole budget, or, ad-lib your own situations. But I find that when you do the budget recap, it's really helpful to have it all out in front of you, see exactly what you did. And honestly, I'm not upset about April. I was at first when I was, trying to come up with the numbers and everything else. And then I realized we weren't too far off. So let me bring you in here and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I think this is really helpful. Okay, and I apologize if I'm sniffling. Allergies are upon us. So we have pollen apocalypse outside at all times. All right. So the breakdown I did income, expenses. Now that's just all our bills, okay? And then I broke down cash envelopes, and then what the remaining was. I put total, but I probably should have put remaining, but you'll see. So as you can see, we ended up bringing in a little more than we thought. Our expenses were a little more than we thought. And then envelope wise, I am so proud of grocery, you guys. I can't even handle it. So I know this number is high. Believe me, I know. But for those of you that may be new or haven't caught on yet to the way I do things, so grocery is not just food for us. Most of the groceries I get come from Walmart or even Meijer. If you don't have a Meijer in your area, Meijer is very similar to Walmart in that you can get clothes and food. You can buy a pool. I mean, it's kind of like a catch-all store, right? So grocery doesn't just include food. It includes laundry detergent, household cleaners, etc., etc., etc. So I am really proud of this amount, this $869.24. Really proud of it. Now you'll see down here where I'm not so proud of something else, but you know what, I'm taking this as a win because grocery has been an area that we have struggled with. I know a lot of you have struggled with. You've left comments. Food is going up in cost everywhere. So that to me is a win. That's a win. So our gas was actually under. Again, it's basically just my husband who's buying gas regularly. I maybe get it maybe twice a month. Usually it'll happen where it's, at least 30 days in between. So just depending on the month. But sorry if you hear my dog drinking water in the background right as I'm filming. Anyway, so gas was under, household was under, eating out was over. We knew that was going to happen. If you saw, my other videos from April, we knew that amount was going to happen, right? So, okay, learning, let's move past it. Haircuts was under, miscellaneous was over. This was actually, and I'm still working with the insurance company, I got a bill for some prenatal testing and everything that I think is a matter of a coding error. I used to do medical coding way back when, and I think that is actually why I got the bill I did. I knew there would be a bill, but it seemed kind of high. So that's actually what that is. So this may get rectified later on. It may not. Insurance changes every minute, it seems like. So our total remaining, this is 1261, but since I couldn't math correctly, it looks jumbled, but 1261.38 as opposed to having 1514.22 left over. So is it less than I would have liked? Yeah, but in all reality, it could have been so much worse. And here's the bottom line. We had the money we needed when we needed it, right? And that's kind of the point of this. So even if the numbers are skewed and you don't make that exact number, if the money's there, that's also part of budgeting, right? Because unexpected is going to happen. We all know this. So now, sinking funds, I went ahead and put the totals of all my sinking funds. So all the sinking funds together, there's 2787.46. Now, this total is what actually prompted me to make some changes in how we are doing envelopes and things like that. So lately in our area, there have been some neighborhood issues, if you will. Some break-ins and whatnot. Thank God no one was hurt or anything like that during these, but seeing that high of a number kind of made me a bit uneasy. So what we decided to do, at least for the time being, I may switch this up, but what I did is I took all the sinking funds we had, put them into the bank. I'm going to keep track of those still, as if we were putting them into envelopes. So I'm still going to track it on these sheets. I've got my totals, so I'll add to those totals each time we add in. And we're going to do it like that for a little bit. So going cashless, if you will. All right. Also, what was happening is I was running into the issue, even with cash envelopes, where I wasn't getting to the bank in time with the money from the envelopes to kind of zero out those transactions. So there was a few times where we went negative for a couple hours, or things like that. So until I'm back out and about in the world, shall we say, regularly, I think we're going to do it like this. That way I don't go into the negative. I'm better able to keep track when I have a transaction, taking it out of an envelope, because I'm not physically doing it. I'm not going, to the grocery store. I'm not, well, I do go to the pharmacy, so that's a little different, but things like that, okay? So I hope that makes sense. But I'm still going to track it, so you guys will still see me keep track, It's just the envelopes themselves will be going away for a little bit here. The other thing I'm really excited about, we were able to put over $800 into savings in April, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy to me to think about. And that brings our total savings up to over $7,000. And my husband and I had a conversation and realized that in our entire, we got married in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So in our entire 5 years of marriage, we've never had that amount in our savings, ever. So I didn't know whether to laugh or cry about that, frankly, but we have it now, okay? And, I'm sure a lot of you probably have amounts much higher. Some of you may not even have a savings yet. So don't feel bad about where you are. Just look forward. That's all you can do. Learn from what you've done and then look forward to changing it. That's it. Okay, now we didn't put any towards debt. As you know, we're putting everything into savings for now until baby is here. At which point we will more than likely apply a good amount of that to multiple debts. But until he's here, we're keeping it in savings for now. And again, some of the savings, of course, is also going towards baby things. This is our third, so it's not like showers are in the picture, other things like that. And we do need to get some things, like a crib and all those things. So, all right, moving on to May. But I hope that kind of helped, and I hope you do something similar just to kind of, if nothing else, kind of give yourself a pat on the back. You're probably not doing as bad as you think you might be. And even if you are, then you can kind of better see where you're going wrong. All right, so let's jump into May. Okay, now this is a small, well, not a small pay period, but fewer bills on this one. So this is the first check, which will go until May 5th. My husband gets paid on the 6th, so that will be the next video you see. So I am guesstimating $1,550, and that is going to go towards, let me bring it in, the house on the 1st, Ashley Furniture on the 3rd, that is 51. Then we have Discovery Plus, that is $4.99. And then Netflix, $13.99, and Adobe. Okay, so that total is going to be $878.24, and that's going to leave us with $671.76. Okay, now let's see here, and I hope the lighting's okay. I had to kind of switch things up on a whim here. My poster board I usually use as a background on the table. Since the table's so dark, sometimes it kind of messes with the light settings on the camera, but my poster board is in the bedroom and my husband is already asleep, so I'll be nice tonight and not wake him up. Alright, so we have medical, grocery, gas, my husband's allowance, my allowance, household, eating out, and miscellaneous. Okay, so medical will get 50. Grocery will get 200. Oh, and something else, I didn't mention it earlier, but something we did recently that we used to do, I was looking over grocery amounts over the last, honestly, few years. And I decided to go back and do HelloFresh again. Now, I know that may seem counterintuitive for budgeting, but I noticed that during the months we did HelloFresh, we actually spent less overall on groceries. And I think part of that was, well, I know part of it. I didn't have to think about the meals, at least for those nights of the week. And so, since I didn't have to plan anything out, other than the days that we didn't have it, so whether it was 3 days or 4 days or whatever, I think for some reason in my brain that helped. We didn't overspend. Then I was only buying, breakfast, lunch stuff, which in of itself usually isn't the expensive parts, right? So we're going back to that. Now, make it a little funny here with the budget because I think it comes out every Thursday for us. So depending on pay periods, we might go over one pay period but be under the next, so long as it balances out. So we're going to kind of test this a little bit and see if this happens again, where for whatever reason psychologically it keeps me in line. So the less I have to plan, honestly, it's probably for the better. I don't know about anyone else, but lately I have been so overwhelmed with everything that I think taking one thing off my plate, no pun intended, is going to help. Just something I don't have to think about for a few nights. So we'll see how it goes. All right, gas. That is $50. My husband's allowance, $40. Mine, $25. Household, $25. Eating out, $40. And miscellaneous, $25. Okay. That should be a total of $455. And that's going to leave us with $216.76. All right, so that whole amount we're going to put into savings per usual. And that is going to finish out this pay period. So again, it's a short pay period for this one. My husband's will have a lot more activity on it. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for May. We've got some changes happening, new ways of doing things. I feel like it's important to never stay with some method just for the sake of staying with it. If you want to try something and see if it works better, do it. I mean, there's really no rules when it comes to budgeting. It's all kind of just an experiment at the end of the day for all of us. So, first pay period, we're going to see how we did at the end of it. What I might do, let me know what you'd like to see. Would you like to see maybe at the beginning of each of the new pay periods, I kind of run down how, for instance, next week, do you want me to run down how this all went, or would you like me to do a recap of the whole month? I think this might be easier for me to stick to filming wise, just because I do work a full-time job. I am able to do it from home, but any of you with children know what that is like. So basically 2 full-time jobs. So this might be easier to do, but let me know your thoughts. And we're going to see how this all goes. Are you guys trying anything new with budgeting? Let me know. Have you found something, a method, anything that you found helpful? Or just trying something for the sake of trying it. I get bored easily. I don't know if it's the ADHD or what, but I get bored easily with some things. So I'm not afraid to switch it up. And if anything, it might help you guys too, just to see another way of doing things. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you guys have an amazing budgeting week. And let me know if you need any help with anything. If there's anything you're stuck on or you're not sure, where to allocate something, let me know. Maybe it might even help me too figure out where to allocate some stuff. So, all right, guys. Still in first trimester, but the shortness of breath is already starting. So, sorry if you hear me huffing and puffing. We will reconvene at the next pay period. I'll probably end up filming that Friday, just because my daughter's birthday is on the 6th and my other daughter's is on the 10th. So, we've got a busy week ahead of us. All right, guys. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.